The Harry Potter movies gave us some amazing magical creatures: Buckbeak, the Hungarian Horntail, Fawkes the Phoenix. No complaints there. But if you've only seen the films, you've barely scratched the surface. In the books, these creatures aren't just cool-looking set pieces. They're part of the culture, the politics, the survival of the wizarding world itself. So today, we're counting down 7 magical creatures the movies either completely underrated or left out altogether. And the number 1 spot? Yeah, it might have changed the war. And yeah, if you're enjoying these kinds of videos, I've noticed a lot of you watch but don't hit subscribe, so please take just a moment to subscribe. Your one click really means the world to us and keeps us motivated to bring you more magical content. So yeah, make sure you take a moment and do subscribe. Thank you. The Sphinx, the Forgotten Guardian, the Triwizard Tournament maze in the movie, mostly hedges and CGI tentacle vines. But in the book, Harry has to face a Sphinx. Not in combat, in wit. She challenges him with a riddle, and the only way forward is to solve it. No spells, no luck, just brain power. It's one of those moments that shows the wizarding world isn't all about waving your wand, and the fact they cut her completely, that's just criminal. Centaurs, more than forest dwellers. In the movies, you blink and miss Firenze. But in the books, centaurs are their own proud, intelligent race with their own beliefs and politics. They read the stars. They avoid human business until Voldemort's return forces their hand. They're the ones who drive out Umbridge. They defend their forest. They don't owe wizards a thing. And yet, when it mattered, they fought. These aren't background NPCs. They're warriors with prophecies written in the sky. The Merpeople, intelligent and political goblet of fire, gave us a few eerie underwater shots, but the books? Whole underwater society. They have their own laws, their own language, Mermish, and they're fiercely independent. They're not monsters. They're a political force. And when they respect you, like they respected Dumbledore, that means something. The films reduce them to set dressing, but in the books, they're another civilization entirely. Grawp, the gentle giant with a purpose. Yes, Hagrid's half-brother. And yes, the movie treated him like comic relief. But the books gave Grawp a real arc, from a wild, misunderstood giant who barely speaks, to someone who learns to say Hermie, to someone who fights to protect Hogwarts in the final battle. It's the beast with a heart trope done right, and the films just flattened him into a gag. The Goblins, masters of magic and injustice. In the movies, goblins are basically bankers with bad customer service. But in the books, they're master smiths who can make goblin silver, a metal imbued with magic that wizards can't replicate. They have their own views on ownership, their own history of being mistreated by wizards, and a magic system independent of wands. Griphook's betrayal? That's not evil. That's centuries of mistrust. The films never gave us that tension. And without it, a huge layer of the wizarding world is lost. Thestrals, the creatures of grief. The movies did show them, but they didn't tell you what they meant. You can only see a Thestral if you've witnessed death. For Harry, that's Cedric. For Luna, it's her mother. They're a living symbol of grief and of seeing the world differently after loss. They're also loyal and brave, literally flying our heroes into the Department of Mysteries. Creepy? Maybe. Underrated? Absolutely. House-Elves, the most overlooked magical beings of all. Yes, we got Dobby. Yes, we cried. But in the books, House-Elves aren't just quirky servants. They're an enslaved race, bound by magic, with tragic and inspiring stories. Hermione fights for them with SPEW. Winky's fall from grace is heartbreaking. Kreacher goes from bitter to heroic. And Dobby? He doesn't just save Harry, he dies for freedom. The films shrunk all that into background fluff, but in truth, the House-Elves are the soul of the rebellion, and when they chose to fight in the Battle of Hogwarts, that was history. Magical creatures in the wizarding world aren't just fantasy window dressing. They have agency, they have culture. And more often than not, they show more loyalty and bravery than most wizards. Which one do you think deserved way more screen time? Let me know in the comments. And if this gave you a new appreciation for the magical creatures, drop it a like, subscribe, and share it with another Potterhead who needs the reminder. Until next time, may your hippogriff always bow back.